Salúdame. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? This is the first Cafecito Cuba since I got back from Cuba, from Havana. I was just telling my abuela here about the trip, how it went. She's from Havana. Tú eres de La Habana, ¿verdad?
De La Habana.
¿Cuándo te fuiste?
En 61.
61. She's been here a long time. But yeah, my abuela made the coffee today.
Yes.
Cafecito. She speaks English. She does it all. Está bueno. And so, what are we going to talk about? Well, a couple quick things on my trip to Cuba. So, it was an awesome trip, super excellent. We got a lot done. We are going to try to shift gears. By we, I mean Inspire Cuba. Shift gears from the agricultural project with the chainsaw donations being focused on agriculture to instead working with the church in Santiago de Cuba to deliver the materials to the port of Santiago, where they'll then go to my sea so that we can help reconstruct homes for people that lost their homes during the Hurricane Matthew and some other tropical storms that they've had in the area. There's people currently living without roofs right now, and it's a huge problem. I would much rather see the project go this route. And what else? I was interviewed by the Associated Press. They interviewed the artist that Inspire Cuba is trying to bring up to exhibit his work, Lugares Comunes. His name is Kako. I could put more information about that on my page. But overall, awesome trip. If you want more details, though, you're going to have to check out this week's edition of the Monday Memo. And so, Cafecito Cuba, what we're here to do is talk about the news. And so, what do we see in the news? I just want to clarify with you guys the policy shift that Trump announced a week ago from today, and basically give my take on it. So, just so you guys have the full picture, the full understanding of it, what we're going to see is at least one category of those 12 approved exemptions cut, and that is the people-to-people travel exemption. And so, in my opinion, that is going to be very harmful because that is the route that most Americans who don't have family in Cuba or aren't working with nonprofits doing humanitarian work on the island were using to travel to Cuba. And when they travel to Cuba, the exemption was actually created to promote engagement between Cubans and Americans. And so during this travel, they were staying at their casas particulares, eating at their paladares, and this small percentage of the economy is the Cuban private sector in its current form. And Trump says, conversely, that he wants to, spur that private sector and create some growth there. And so cutting this exemption, I think, will be very harmful for doing that. What he did say, what he did not allow going forward is going to be deals done with businesses run by the state or the Cuban military. And, that I'm not against. It's just that the deals that are going, it just contradicts a little bit, because if you really want to spur the private sector, then that private sector is not in large approved groups being able to travel to Cuba, which is going to be the form in which Americans are going to be allowed to travel to Cuba, is these large approved groups for things like education or things of that nature. That spurring of the private sector is going to be done through this people-to-people travel exemption. And so we'll see how that unfolds going forward. I'll bring you more information as we have it. There's also going to be a 90-day sort of grace period for any current deals to go through. And any deals that have already been made and are already existing are not going to be rolled back. But so it was a rollback, sort of an obstacle, in my opinion, on the current policy of engagement that has been in place since the Obama era and sort of that process of normalization. But it's not a complete shutdown and it's not a complete reversal. We still have the U.S. Embassy in Cuba. And so, there's hope. Mima, ¿qué decimos?
Arriba y pa'lante.
Pa' arriba y pa'lante.
Arriba y pa'lante.
All right, guys, you heard it here first. Pa' arriba y pa'lante. I've taught her well. Have a good weekend.
¿Para qué tú quieres una vieja fea ahí enseñando? Mientras menos salga, mejor.
Estás linda.
Porque tú me quieres.